You know, despite being transgender, I actually do have a few fond memories of growing up as a boy. Such as...
Oh yeah! If you grew up in the late 90s and the early 2000s, you remember Action Man. These things were just the best toys ever! They could fly, they could swim, they had guns, and you could dress them up like a doll. They were the best. My favourite ones were the basic no-gimmick figures. They didn't come with any weird one-purpose attachments. These ones were fully dressable and had fantastic articulation. Though honestly, I think we can all agree the most memorable thing about these toys were the adverts.
Action Man Bungee Jump Extreme with automatic quick release harness swings into action and catches X on the hop. Action Man Bungee Jump Extreme.
Oh, sweet nostalgia.
But where am I going with this, you might be asking? Well, as it turns out, there was an Action Man game.
Action Man Mission Xtreme, published in the year 2000 by Infogames, who obviously thought it was good enough to re-release as part of their best of wait, hang on. No, I'm sorry, Infograms. Wait, no, Infogrames? Grames?
Fair enough.
Alright, company name aside, let's look at this cover. Well, front and centre we got Action Man himself, looking like he's about to take some campers on an extreme canoeing trip. On the side we got some rejected Soul Calibur freaks, and over here is... Roman Reigns?
Yeah, let's just put the game in.
So the game starts up and we see Action Man training, interspliced with footage of him zooming his tiny car all around the streets. Really, dude? A one-seater? Come on, you gotta think about your carbon footprint, man. Is that really efficient? Strangely, the main menu is actually just Action Man's secret base. You can start the game at the door or look around for other things to do, such as storage crate, wardrobe, sound options, and computer. The computer does actually look interesting, as this is where you can enter codes. Cheat codes, I assume, but we're not going to be doing anything illegal today. Oh man, what was in those action brownies? The first stage is called City Streets, and it's here we're introduced to Action Man's mission briefing computer, who sounds less like a robotic AI and more like a very disinterested woman.
Gangrene's forces are attacking targets throughout the city to steal laboratory equipment. Use your silver speeder to stop them before they cause any further damage.
And now we...
Sorry, I just can't.
This loading screen. Just look at his sad little face. Look at it! Level 1 starts on the surprisingly wobbly streets of Genericsburg, as our computerized watch enthusiastically informs us that Professor Gangrene and his evil assistant Toxica have, like, sent goons around the city or something. To which we respond,
I'll track their vehicles on my radar and put Gangrene's forces out of action for good.
But then somehow we are joined by Toxica, who remarks,
Don't try and stop my men or I will destroy you.
Riveting stuff.
So we finally get control of a vehicle, and we... this is... Oh, shit. Help! Oh my god, there is no way to explain how bad this is. Honestly, I'm not messing about here. This is me trying my hardest to control this thing. The buttons make sense from a technical standpoint, X to accelerate, D-pad to move, etc., but it just handles like arse. Not to mention that this camera angle is... well, let's not mince words here. It's wank. It moves weird. I can't quite explain it. Just everything turns oddly. You're going so fast and... oh god, this is making me feel sick. Anyway, the objective of this level is to find and destroy 8 enemies. And you find them by following what looks like a Pokemon card symbol. Once you spot them, just blast them until their health is gone and boom! Literally.
Now that sounds simple, but the camera barely lets you see anything, so you end up chasing cars for way longer than you have to.
You can also pick up these Action Man logos spread about the stage, called PowerPoints. In fact, after you destroy all 8 enemies, you're then told to collect 20 of them for some reason, I'm sure. You actually need to change over to the motorbike for this bit, as certain PowerPoints are inaccessible with the car. I didn't realise this for a while and I got stuck.
Because I'm good at video games.
Okay, done that, and now Toxica wants you to...
Face me now or I'll destroy the city.
I have to talk about this dialogue. Nearly everyone in this game sounds disinterested and flat, and the few who don't are
Wow, Action Man! Great to see you!
twats. But it's not just the way they deliver their lines, it's what they're saying that sounds so basic, like it was a rough outline for dialogue, a template so to speak. So the vehicle section continues as you chase down Toxica before finally trapping her in this car park. The pink stuff hurts you but heals her, because that's how cars work. If you thought the handling was bad in the streets, try it in a wide open space.
Because yes, it is somehow worse.
Again, trying my hardest here. It's just a roundabout of pain. Pain and slime. Eventually she's defeated and we can start level 2, Desert Base. This cutscene's great and all, but I'm pretty sure I can hear Danny Elfman's Batman. Hey, wouldn't you know it? This game has some variety. Looks like we have to use a metal detector to find code pieces. Alright. Oh, is this what a metal detector looks like? I don't think it is. I think you're full of shit, game. Ah, an enemy. Let's see what combat looks like. It's at this point I'd like to mention how the game loves to interrupt you. Literally both after and before you do anything in this game, your computer watch feels the need to brief you on what you need to do, or what something is, or how to solve a puzzle, and it gets on your nerves real fast.
Gangrene's forces are attacking targets throughout the city to steal laboratory as you progress through the level. Use your silver speeder to stop use metal detector.
Shut up! You're so annoying!
So we find the code pieces and work out a simple puzzle to get inside the base. Then it's time for a pointless sniper section! Seems like we need to get to the level above, but I don't see an elevator. Can't seem to find any stairs either. Maybe this crane can provide the answer. Oh, so I have a look around and I find a laboratory growing toxic plants, and this is where I gotta say the camera is rather annoying. It's certainly not as bad as the vehicle level, but it's still bad. It's almost always in front of you, not letting you see what's ahead. Thank God for the map, I suppose. To cut a long story short, I analysed the toxic plants to learn that they're toxic. Good job. And since obviously this is a bad thing, I need to destroy them by cutting off their water supply and exposing them to sunlight. There's also a big door in this room, but it needs a code. On my way out though, I find a security pass so I can open another door which leads to a water pumping station. After turning off all the valves and following the now drained water tunnels, we somehow end up in a greenhouse full of toxic plants. After opening the sky to destroy these evil flowers, our mission is complete. Or so you'd think. We actually now have to fight a queen plant, and despite only just hearing about it and still not having seen it, my watch is telling me exactly how to defeat it. Oh, okay.
So that's what a queen plant looks like. No, I don't like it.
This boss battle is alright. Use a torch instead of a gun, just shine light at its many flowery heads and then open the roof to finish it off. After that, I got a bit stuck. I'd found all but one of those code pieces to get into that big door from earlier, but I just couldn't find the last one. I was roaming around the base for a good 10 minutes before it randomly turned up right at the beginning of the level. Wonderful. Alright, let's wrap this stage up. Turns out the flowers were being used for a sleeping toxin. We of course immediately make an antidote because science. We disperse the antidote where it's needed, take down a helicopter and drill through a debris wall, but we're too late! The Pepsi truck has already escaped, and now... Professor Gangrene.
Ah, Action Man! I see you have successfully destroyed my laboratory, but I'm afraid you were too late to stop that truck.
I don't know what it is, I just love this guy's voice. Does anyone know who that is? He sounds familiar.
Dr. X will get his delivery of sleeping toxin while my spider tank takes care of you.
That's not how many legs a spider has. I think you're off by about 6. This boss battle's actually pretty cool. Once you get the hang of shooting and dodging, it's really quite fun. You drain this thing's life bar while avoiding its attacks, and when they're down, plant a disruptor on them and stand a safe way back. Well, that's done. What's next? City Skies, and the objective here is to take out 4 toxin-carrying trucks. So it should be easier than the first level, right? I mean, there's half the enemies.
Yeah, it's worse than the first level.
Oh my fucking god! This is like driving a car with ice physics in the sky. I can't even begin to explain how bad this is to control. And on top of that, there are roof turrets and enemy helicopters? Why? The trucks shouldn't even be that hard to get. They all go to the airport to get airlifted out. You'd think you could just wait for them to get picked up and destroy them almost immediately. But the handling, I get that helicopters are hard to control in real life, but this is a video game. For children. Why do I need to master advanced flight physics to play Action Man? And just like the first level, the second objective is to collect power points. This time you can put on a jetpack, which controls even worse than the helicopter. Look at me go! This game is making me bleed blood from places I didn't know I could bleed blood from. Even after destroying the truck, some toxin still remains. It's in the possession of the Speedster, a man whose very voice has convinced me that we should bring back public hanging.
Hey, nice work, Action Man. You sure showed my guys.
I hope you fucking burn! As you'd expect, we gotta chase him down, and he's not just an ordinary enemy. Oh no. He can only be hurt after we stun him by shining our light into the front of his car. Which sounds like a neat idea in theory, but when you remember that the copter handles like... then you may see the problem here. As soon as he's stunned, I can't turn around and get close enough to actually shoot the fucker before he drives off! Not to mention that after the first half of his health bar is spent going up and down a straight road, he becomes almost entirely unpredictable. Oh, and he basically shoots you every time he's close. So, goodbye, health.
I'm not even joking here. I spent 20 minutes trying to kill this little shit. But I did it.
Okay, come on, you son of a bitch, I'm waiting for you. Okay, come on, come on. Oh my god, I did it!
Ah, you got me, Action Man, but I'm afraid you're too late. All of these trucks were a trick to distract you while Dr. X took delivery of all the toxin he needs. Looks like I win anyway. Ha ha ha!
No, that's okay. I didn't even want to keep playing anyway.
And that's as far as I cared to go with Action Man Mission Xtreme. So how was it? Well,
getting it right out of the way now, the vehicle segments ruin any chance this game has of being enjoyable. They control like a deep-fried twat monkey and would probably smell worse if levels could smell. But the action puzzle sections of the game, I think, had potential. The only problem was, this game was for kids, and with unsatisfying and slow combat, I don't think kids would find these levels enjoyable. Sure, there are kids who like puzzles, but you either make a straight puzzle game, or you weave fun combat in with puzzles. Zelda does this well enough, so why couldn't this game? Also, the barrage of briefs and mission updates are a real turn-off for me. Not to mention this game hasn't really got anything going for it looks or sound-wise.
So, in the end, I don't recommend this game. To be honest, it barely represents what the Action Man toys were about, and it's not even a good puzzle action game on its own. And the vehicle segments were enough to warrant this game's total annihilation. So yeah, it's shit.
Fuck.
Thank you everybody for watching this video. I hope it was entertaining. If you haven't seen my last video, which was on old school horror games, a link to that will be on screen now, so go check that out if you haven't. I'm still getting used to this whole ending thing, so do check out the description of this video for my Twitter and Facebook. Don't forget to leave a comment down below on what you thought of this review. I've been MayRey, and I'll see you all next time. Good night, everybody.